Hey, it's working. People are here. All right. Uh, am I working? Am I making sound? Wouldn't that be great if I was? If it was week after week and the mic was working and all that. Hopefully it is. Okay, helicopter money we're doing tonight. We're talking about that, right? Um, obviously they're getting ready to, crash the whole thing and you know, their whole what's their slogan? Order out of chaos, right? Well, who's making the chaos? They are. And then, oh, we tidied up our little mess here. It's like, how did you tidy it up? It's right under the carpet. It's like I can't even see the carpet anymore. I see it's underneath. All right. Valeria, all right. Hey, thanks for the donation, Valeria. I say a prayer for you. Uh Um, okay, so helicopter money and some other things we're gonna talk about. So let's get a couple things out of the way. All right, Mary. Thanks for the support, you all, for doing this. Really, you're the real people. Thank you. I thought about this. As I looked at I don't know, maybe two couple months ago or whatever, I was looking, Paris riots. I was like, let me see what's going on in Paris, how them riots go. I search riots, like I used to do it like every day because maybe there might be a third, like a short that's like a couple seconds long that they accidentally left up from a human that went to a riot. It'll only last for a short time, but all the rest you see, whenever you look up Riot, you never see a human being or YouTube like, "Hey, guess what happened at the riot?" No, 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 no. There wasn't one of them up for the Paris riot. Period. There's zero the whole way through. No people got on YouTube. It was all like Al Jazeera and ABC News. Every single one for the entire topic. I mean, I'm just saying that's how shut down we are from communicating out there. So, yeah, you know, things are dire out there the way they got it going. So your support is super meaningful, to me and the people working here and everything. So thanks for that. I mean, but let's get into a couple other things. I have decided to start a Monday at noon live stream for the public. I've got it called New Tips. I'm not doing the trust crash course, but basically, this public weekly show is going to be about more kind of like basics of the trust, the basics of what we do, and because even if you're very experienced, uh, the basics help. Like that's why if you want to be good at golf, just keep hitting the putter. How did my grandfather say he was this golf, yeah, genius, obviously. And what he said was, "This is how you get good at golf." He's like, "Put the golf." This is what he told me. He's like, "Put the golf ball, you know, as far away from the hole as you can hit it in." Okay, okay, and then hit it in. Okay, and then he said, "And then next time, move it back a little bit." I was like, anyway. He also had a funny saying that practice makes permanent. Never practiced nothing like that. You know, we come from a family of guardian angels, which everyone does. Okay, let's see. What's I going to get into here? Oh, so yeah, Monday at noon, weekly. So handling the basic stuff, kind of basic questions because when I went to do the trust crash course, I was with that all the time. It just became really repetitive for people, but that repetition has sort of left the airways. And I want to, because people come along and they're like, what is this? And they kind of want to talk to me for a minute. So if I'm out there kind of in the public for kind of the basics, once a week, I think it'll help bring new students and help clarify things for people that are new to this. I used to do that, and I think it's a good idea to continue that. So your support over here helps a lot too. For anything on your mind, you let me know. I'm here for you. Like you're supporting the channel, you're supporting the school. Your questions matter. Whatever's on your mind, bring it up. But I'm going to keep going through this. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna get a law degree, get much better at this. And then I was like, what? You know what? I thought about it. I was like, I have a master's in accounting. I have a master and master's in business administration. I have two graduate degrees already. And I was like, wait, did they help me? Did they lie to me there? I was like, yeah, they totally lied to me there. So actually, I figured, you know what? I can do better with a law degree than for free reading books and YouTube. I bet. I bet. I've already started 50 court cases myself. What the you know what I mean? Like, they teach business law in business school. It's all business law, you know what I mean? It's like, "Where's your money?" I just figure, "Hey, if you push me to the corner, you want me to come out? Well, why not?" That sounds I learned so much. I learn the most when I do that. I learned a lot from great questions too, but, the actual experience of going up against them in their own turf and stuff like that, you never learn more than that. It's uncomfortable and whatever, but it's actually once you're into it and stuff like I am, it's super way more uncomfortable for them. And it's like, "Oh, look at you being uncomfortable. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow." You know? I love to watch them squirm, right? Don't you like to, like, if you had a leech on your arm, like, "Uh" put it in a jar, it's like, "Okay, you're not on me anymore," you know? Anyway, so I thought about that, I was like, "Man, they're out there sitting ducks anyway, so maybe, why waste the time and energy on I've had enough school." Uh, okay, we're gonna get to the main topic, helicopter money tonight, okay, in a second here, which is what? That's just getting ready. What? Get your credit ready, everything. You're fattening up your turkey, right? And Thanksgiving is gonna come, right? Because 'Cause they're gonna crash the economy, so it's gonna be Thanksgiving, "Hey, let's slaughter the, turkey," right? I don't eat meat or whatever, but I'm just saying, American traditions, right? "Hey, let's raise up the credit and get it it's gonna pop." "Okay, thanks for the gumballs, Mickey," you know? That's 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 what we're gonna talk about this show, okay. What else I got here? I just wanna talk about you're here, I wanna talk about this because it's more, kinda more high level looking at finance and stuff and what's going out there, and I wanted to use an example, okay, a couple of examples. Let's before we get into helicopter money, okay, and then this is kinda like one thing, okay? Alright. Want to talk about 2 companies, obviously, no one here has a lot of money to invest, you know what I mean? But, if you crash your money and stuff like that, and you got, like, 100 grand or stuff, they're gonna crash housing prices and all this stuff, so, it's fine to get a, big pile of money whenever it seems right and wait for, prices and stuff to come down, and then you're like, "Okay, the rents are coming down," right? They built too many houses, whatever, their whole thing. Prices go up, raise the interest rate is like, and then it's like, "Oh, whoa, you know? "Oh, sorry." Yeah, you sound like the sorry type. You are pretty sorry. So, okay, let's talk about an example here. Uh, investment, because it's more how they tell stories about money. They always have some, like, kernel of truth in stories that if you can look at them, you can understand what's going on. Okay, let's talk about Tesla a little bit, all right? They did screaming their stock price went way up. Woo! Like, it was really low for a while because they've been around for, like, a decade now. First 5, 6, 7 years or whatever, nothing too much because they weren't doing that much, but then they got better, and then what happened? They sent a car into fake space, you know what I mean? Like, once NASA okays you, you know what I mean? The Nazis, once it's like, "Okay," we're in with like, they're fake as space, you know what I mean? They got how are they not running everything? Because everyone in every government and every news station and everywhere does what NASA says, you know what I mean? That's the sense of put it out a photo, that's hey. So isn't NASA really just in charge of everything, obviously? I mean, really, they're new tech and, they're super smart and they are on, all their front people are out there on every social media, number 1, with a bullet. "Oh, those stupid flat earthers are so dumb." You know, "Aren't they dumb? Because we don't say that, so they're dumb. Because we don't say flat earth, we say it, and so they're dumb." It's like, "Okay, well, that was intelligent, thanks." Them, who are ubiquitous everywhere, pushing it, blah, 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 right? NASA. So, when they send something to space, it's over, right? They're gonna take over the world. You follow me? They went into space, Tesla's gonna take over the world. And no way they're not gonna, you see? Because all these governments are like, it's illegal to blah, blah, blah. They know how much time we have to go and stuff like that. You wanted to get into my spiritual stuff with much of you are, right? They know how much time is left. So they're like doing this whole thing. In what was it, 1964 or something like that, Chrysler, 1964, but there is a car. You can watch this car. It had a turbine engine made by Chrysler. I think it was in 1964. You can watch it on, like, Jay Leno channel, and, it's all tongue in cheek, because it has a turbine, it runs on air. You see what I'm saying? The engine literally runs on air like all turbines, okay? So, I mean, it's funny because on the show the video camera goes to the gas gauge in it, and the needle's on E, like it's beneath E. You know what I mean? They're driving around. It's like, you know what I mean? They got engines that run on air, and now they're pushing the whole world towards this electric and batteries, and I guess because 'cause they're giant explosive things or something like that. Probably. These things, are this, but yes, none of them have exploded yet. There have been a couple of fires, but we haven't pushed the detonation button, so everybody's fine. I don't know what they're up to. But it's so like, "Oh, we're cleaning up everything, we're what do you mean? How does the air get cleaned every day anyway?" You know what I mean? Like, their whole thing, ridiculous. But the point being, NASA says Tesla's going up, and then everyone, they all just went, "Wow!" And then it took a nosedive, and then I was like, they're still gonna go up because 'cause they're just being given all the technology. They're taking over for old, tech out there the way, like, iPhone is took over for, like, Nokia. You know what I mean? Kinda like that. It's pre-planned and all that stuff, and what they're doing is telegraphing the information by giving it the NASA thing. So, in my mind, that makes me wonder about Canoe, right? Who's now sitting at 51 cents a share with uh what a going concern notation in their accounting financial documents, which is they did that in their last quarter, which is hey, we might not be able to pay our bills. That's what they said. And why am I bringing them up? Because their only thing of their vehicles that they ever delivered ever, really, ever, can you imagine? Was 3 vehicles to NASA recently, semi-recently. It's like the vehicles that you drive to get onto the "We're going to space now in this big pencil, you dummies. We're driving this cool new car over there so you know it's real." They got 3 cars from Canoo. 3 cars for $X $2 billion, but, they're building a factory in Oklahoma and stuff. I'm just saying, like, you would say, it looks like Canoe's going out of business, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could be, not looking so good for them except, you know what I mean? NASA, you know what I mean? So, there are actually these huge chunks of stock being bought and stuff at the 51 cent level. It was at, like, $50 a share, like, I don't know, 2, 3 years ago. I'm just saying, if you look at the NASA thing, you know what I mean? You're always looking at signs and symbols. They're telling each other. You and I, we don't get it, like, I listened to a story from an Apple engineer who, I think, uh, maybe didn't go to college and was hired by them as a high-level engineer, which he absolutely is crazy, super smart, and basically, he said they get texts, like, to his Apple phone, like, "We're gonna crash the economy," you know what I mean? With instructions, like, "Hey, get your LLC open because on this date, helicopter money starts," stuff like that. They actually get a text explaining what they should be doing in a time frame and all that kind of stuff. They get the information. You and I don't get that direct information, we're not on their hive. But here we are, we're watching their hive, right? "Oh, what did they do last time? What are they up to?" Right? And so, we're preparing for that. We're preparing for the obvious helicopter money text that they're gonna get again because they're crashing it up. The banks are seizing up, there's not enough cash, so they would have put control to themselves. They would have put everybody, hungry and hard to pay bills and, crashing your credit and times are tough. And then, "Oh, you're our savior," you know what I mean? Everybody gets this basic minimum wage or basic income. Here you go, slaves that do you're not as hungry, are you? I mean, you're not as well fed as, say, 10 years ago, but you're not as hungry as you were, like, 5 minutes ago, right? Okay, so everything's cool, you know? So you gotta be, prepared for this. I don't make the I don't make the game plan, right? I don't have any part in, "Hey, things are gonna happen like that." I don't do that. I just am explaining it. So, because the truth sets you free, the more knowledge you have, right? The more knowledge you have, the the better your choices are, right? The more you know, that you have, more information, you make a more informed choice. Okay. So when you're looking at things in the narrative out there in news and stuff like that, you know, they're crashing and burning, and if as they're crashing and burning and stuff like that, they're really giving it to new, you know, players or players that are just getting bigger, like BlackRock is one of the largest organizations that exists, if not the largest, a reference to health. The center point, the black rock at the center that you're not allowed to see because you're not allowed to fly in planes, right? From continent to continent during the daytime, and you see the center point, the black rock. It's like, oh, there's the devil's kingdom right there, right? If you ruled a kingdom and it was circular, you'd rule it from the center point. That's what the circumpunct circle with the dot in the middle is, the most important, the fundamental first sign and symbol. Oh, okay. That's why. It's a map of the world. Okay, so, BlackRock is, pretending it hasn't completely taken over, but it's completely taking over, and it doesn't care. It doesn't care that, we're just taking over everything. We're investing in everything, right? Because money just is, they just make it. We're gonna need a big amount for this and that, whatever. Your life isn't like ours at all, right? They get everything. There's nothing they don't have. There's nothing they can't get. For us, we have to pay attention and see that things are gonna be more difficult. We have to plan for that. We have to get ready for this helicopter that you follow. It's what they did last time. They've had to do all kind of crazy, bailout stuff like, quote, China, if it exists, which I just don't even think it does. But, everything pops out of China. Like, everything comes from, the North Pole, Santa Nels, where all your desires come true, you know? They don't build nothing. This place is so fake, it's a joke. The stories are like nursery rhymes. They're stupid. They're not even they're insult to human intelligence to actually say the script that they say and think we're gonna choke on that thing, do anything but choke on it, really. Like, you can't get it down. It's like, that's stupid. Like, what? This somebody was talking about World War II in front of me today. I was like, I was just at the beach. I was like, "You think that just a whole millions of dudes just got guns and just murdered each other all day, every day for year after year? You think I'm that stupid? No." Like, God, their stories are stupid. Just absolutely don't make any sense, right? We're fighting for blah blah. Who cares what you say? What people before didn't know they were slaves to the bankers? Of course they did. They know everything. Well, like, man, your stories are just stupid. So obviously they're going to have some, oh, this happened with the economy. We couldn't quite, you run everything. What are you talking about? You planned this whole thing. So without the up and the down, right? Order out of chaos, right? Everything's getting better. Order. Chaos. Oh, everything's getting worse. So chaos, order, chaos, order. That's their thing. So they have to do that. They have to do that. Or else why do we need them? Oh, no, it has to get worse and worse and worse because, you know, we need you more. It's like, but you're doing it like, because people constantly looking at that TV like that's real. Oh, there was every story is pathetically simplistic. School shootings. I mean, who I was upset with the bank, so I murdered some children. What are you so stupid. Why? Because they wouldn't have a script that would be like actual human behavior. Oh, another bank was blown up today. They don't have that fake script, right? Because everybody's like, "Hey, that's actually not such a bad idea." And whoop, all the banks are blown up. They don't do those kind of scripts that would hurt them. They do scripts that are like, there's actually no possibility that humans would have actually done anything they said. Nothing. It's they can't even you see what I'm saying? They're not human, these are creatures, right? They're speaking about these stories that they're manufacturing to make it look like they're human and stuff like that, and they're absolutely not. They have no heart, they don't care about you, they don't care about me, you know? The morals and ethics that they push on us, so be good and all this stuff, they don't do any of that, right? They stole everything. They give us something, they have all these free houses. I mean, Florida housing is so ridiculously overpriced. There's not a single human being in over half the housing here. Half. I don't mean like they just come for a visit. I just mean there's no one in them ever. Except for the maintenance guy come by and fixes them up. It's like Disney World down here. It's a joke. They have all the housing and stuff and plenty for everyone. But they're like, oh, there's a scarcity. Pay us money. And, they're grinding us like slaves, keeping us, our head down and pulling harder every day out there in the field so that we don't notice we're slaves. They were pulling the field all day. How do we not know we're slaves? We know. But they got us under this mind control like, you got in the debt, so you'll pay it. Come on out there. You're in the back 40 and you needed food, so you came and got food. Now you owe me money. Ha ha ha, slave. It's like, "Yeah, but I can't leave the back 40, you got me chained to a plow." "Yeah, but you still owe us money, so get on the plow and until you're dead." It's like, no, right? They're evil. The script doesn't make sense. They want us to be guilty, they're godless. They don't care about humans, they don't care about children, they don't care about you, they don't care about me. So this helicopter money, whether it's the short term from the government or bigger stuff from the government, wherever it's coming from, have your numbers ready. You see what I'm saying? And this means your trust. Okay, it needs a credit profile stuff. Now, literally, I wanted to talk about this thing because this is important. Okay, last time I said actually, before going to this, let me see what people said. My son is into firefighters, and so we go watch them, right? And we see them, and they're never doing anything ever. Is that no, they're the crisis actors. You see what I'm saying? They're great at acting, right? Da, 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 do. Looking good, looking like an actor. Hey, ladies, don't you like me? You know what I mean? Like that crew. Like firefighters are the good guy. Hi, hey, ladies. You know what I mean? Evil to the core. You live with a bunch of dudes. What? You know what I mean? Like what? Wait a second. You know, wait a second. Yeah, it's a little bit like, what are you actually doing? Yeah, that's what they're up to. They're following everybody around. Like, who's running all the drugs and stuff? The military, police, obviously, the guns, all the chaos that they have to report on and stuff. They have to actually make happen, by themselves. That's the network out there. Nobody's, uh, pulling over firefighters to see what's in their engines, and they can carry a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Like guns and drugs, all the illegal stuff. That's what they do. You know, firefighters are male models. That's what I'm saying. You're saying they're like banker bait. That's what we go to a bank, it's a, you know, young lady between the ages of it's like, uh, hi, every dude, oh, yeah, I'm going to the bank, it's free. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. So I would agree, exactly. Larry. Quick comment on North Pole. I have a friend who's a pilot. Aha. I asked him, when you fly, do you consider the rotational speed of Earth? He said, no. Yeah. No, it's actually spinning once in 24 hours. It's turning in a circular pattern from above. He's like, everyone knows that. Yeah, no. It's not spinning that fast. And it's not, we're not on a ball, we're in a ball. So it's spinning like, just like you see the ceiling, it spins, the circle spins, like a ceiling fan, but a dome. Ask, I said, ask around, find out. It's been a month. Like they don't know. You know what I mean? I get on an airplane, I'm like, airplane, oh boy, running on air. I was like, oh, breathing fresh jet fuel. That's what I say to because the engines run out. Oh, jet jet fuel. What is it? They look at me. You know what I mean? They look like, "You're making fun of us?" I'm like, "Absolutely." Oh, that's a good one. Oh, okay, okay. So let me beautiful stuff. Okay, so then added up the, turkey for the kill, right? The American way. Woo! Right? Okay, last one when I got you deal money, right? Okay, I just wanna go into this because it's important, right? I had crashed, you know, please be Jesus, right? Be Jesus. I crashed the bejesus out of my, credit score. That was a joke, not a, boy, God save me, I'm the short again. Uh, out of my person's credit, right? So my person's credit, when they came out with, this COVID money, last time and all that, my person's credit, like, the number, literally, like, the actual number of the credit score was pretty dang close to 500, in the 500s. You know what I mean? Like, like, I don't know, at that point, it was like, it was still like, uh, 10 bad credit and whatever, Bad, it was horrible. So, it was, reason I bring that up is because I had, at the time of COVID and all this money and stuff, I had been building up a credit profile for my trust, right? Christian Ministries Trust. And so, uh, it was ready to get any money, right? It was ready. And, so having a good personal credit score wasn't part of the qualifications for getting the IDL or PPP. It wasn't on the list. It didn't matter what my personal credit score was. The trust was ready to go. Bingo, bango. Thanks for the money. You see what I'm saying? That's the important point that I want to bring up about helicopter ride because obviously here we go again. Obviously, like obviously, right? Let's get some chaos over here, right? And then we're gonna have, you know, whatever. I don't remember the dude's name who's president now, but that dude's gonna go out and then we're gonna be like, you know, Trump, hey, our savior will return, our savior will be back in a minute. Right? The trumpets will blow, right? Trump is coming in, right? Woo. And you know, and he'll be like, "Oh, let me hand us some money up in here the proper way up in here. Who's got some business credit ready?" Trump, right? Come on. Can't you see the script is what they're so clever with it. They're not clever with their scripts. It's pre-planned and everything, and it always follows, some stupid little boop boop. That's us. They're not clever. So, whatever, they're gonna have something like China did this or Russia did that or, you know, uh, time for COVID number, just do a thing. We got a thing planned. NASA's got a little thing and you're gonna like it. Even if you're not gonna like it, you're gonna like it. You're gonna need to give me some money because we're gonna, make it pretty rough out there, but here's some money. And so now you almost overthrew us. Send you like us again. Here's your money. That's all they know how to do, right? Here's the devil. Hey, want some money? Like, uh, not from you. I'm taking it, but I don't have to give you anything, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can take what we can take. You follow me? And you gotta be prepared because what? We got mouths to feed, we need a roof over our head. They got everything, you know? They're on easy street every day of the week, we're not. So we have to plan for this, and make a fun of it and stuff because they're a joke. Like, the think they get over on us. "Oh, we're so smart at that." Hey, you ain't I figured you had 10 years ahead of time, plus. No, you ain't smart at all. And can they go, "Oh, they figured this out, we're gonna change the script." No. There's no plan B or no. So what is that? You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, if they're just running with this play your piano thing, which they are, and you start to get wise to what they're up to, what they're doing and stuff like that, like, isn't it like shooting fish in a barrel after a while? Like, come on, people. It's your programming that's slowing you down. You see what I'm saying? It's like take the gun, shoot the fish right in the barrel. You got fish for dinner. Boom. Hey, fish fry. You see? It's you have to get out of this like every actually let me go into this tech, uh, how to get your mind right on in fact, the spiritual stuff that I go into, in case people are into that, right? I'm over on Jesus Christ Trust on Net, has its own website and YouTube and stuff. I don't want to get into the spiritual stuff here because I want to keep this channel up and open and don't want to talk about too much truth, you know. And that's over there. And so some of that I'll be talking about this Sunday and stuff. So I'm gonna move that information over there. So we stick with this topic, okay? Uh, so get ready for the slaughter. Whoever's in your crib and whoever's your homies or whatever, right? Like let's get this programming done with already. Like let's move along. Let's get the paperwork ready. Let's get the credit profile up. Let's do this thing. They're getting ready. They're gonna get their text to be like, oh, this is the day. What? Like they're working? Like firefighters are working? Like, you know what I mean? Everyone is programmed, okay? Myself included. You have to take active action steps to get over it. All right. I wanna go through one of them that I had experience with. I wanna relate my experience with it. Part of this debt stuff that I've been doing forever, right, more than a decade with that, with group and everything, helping out with debt and getting rid of that, and nobody ever pays it back and all that stuff. One of the things with that is, coming back to was, uh, yeah, mm, uh, oh my god, blah, come on. Okay, we're getting over our own programming is what I wanted to get at. Sorry, I lost my somebody pulled my plug out there. I had an internet connection issue there. Uh, we have to get our profile together for this helicopter buddy, right? And we have to do it by removing our programming. Okay, so I had this event where, it helped me remove programming in my mind. Um, yeah, that's what I was going to get you, but I need what that situation was, if you don't mind. Uh, not coming in now. I'll have to get back to it. Okay. If there's any questions, no, we're good. Uh, I It'll come back to me when it's time to come back to me. Uh, okay, so, you need multiple trusts. You need a trust you're not gonna have credit on, right? It's gonna be sitting over there waiting to, you build credit over here, you mess up the credit profile, you threw it over here, and this trust should never it doesn't need a credit profile, it needs a bank account, holds all the assets, hey, you're good to go, right? That's what you're setting up, ready to, you know, take it all, but still have a trust out there with, good credit profile, get ready for a helicopter mode, right? Even if you've messed up your first or whatever, still get a trust ready for the helicopter mode, okay? And then you have this other trust with no credit profile, no nothing like that, nothing messed up. You're gonna put the money into as soon as you get it. Thanks, man. Yep, yep. Switch it over, right? Got it? Then that's it. They can't touch it. Boom, done. Thanks. Whoops. So that's the method you gotta get ready for. You follow? Okay, ready for it. Things are also gonna be less expensive on certain things and certain places and stuff like that. Like, you can't have a good crash without, the fire sale and stuff like that. Like, people are paying it's just their script, you know? They're gonna have to mess up a bunch of the if you're a bunch of NPCs here, non-player characters with, like, trees and stuff like you get like a train set, that you drive around to your basement and you got trees and stuff in there, it makes it look more real. What's the score that the trust needs to get the help from money? Well, it's not hard to get a trust to get, like, 75 that's a good done up, yeah, good Dun& and Bradstreet and experience for, like, you're looking for, like, 75. I don't know what the cutoff's gonna be, I don't know. But the only thing that really super duper, super, super mattered, no matter what, the only thing that was 100% needed to happen is that trust needed to be open with the bank account before the date that they had decided was the date. You follow? So you need to get it open, credit profile, such like you gotta get started. So as long as it's started, it's in process, and, you know, they'll start talking about it ahead of time. But I just mean you wanna get it in the full profile, but the date was the main thing, not the score mattered, obviously, the score got the trust over, got the money, but that was a basic number. I haven't looked in on that number for that trust in a minute since they got some, credit issues going on at the forever moment. You moved on the trust, so, uh, no, why would you send me back that information? It was good. So anyway, there's that process of helicopter money. First, I'll be trying to help people and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be. I mean, what they can make up a new system where you have no, they, there's no making up a new system or something like that. You want something that just is gonna have the profile to be given what you're given. That's all. Like your person is set up to be a pauper to get all that money, and your trust is set up like, oh, we're ready to receive all the going money for this, you know, business over here that's got the profile. That's what you're doing. So, I mean, it's annoying. I'm an accountant. It's like, oh, you got to do this. Well, but I mean, times are getting tough as they're planning this. So, would it be like? I got great credit. I've been cashing, get a whole bunch of cash, and ready to go. Get asset too that makes sense. So you lower your bills and make it to doomsday and everything's cool. If your household of more than one person, you wanna plan that accordingly. Uh, when to mess up who's and what, and who's to keep good and not. Like even if you have some money in the bank and regular whatever, like, you can be doing this regular, put aside some real money and, have no mortgage, pay off a mortgage. I would be planning to get assets that would lower your costs. That's what I would do, like, lower your monthly what things cost you. That's what my work is. You're chipping away at that. You got your EBT, great. Okay, now food is less every month. Got your free phone. Oh, hey, that's another bill that goes away. Great, and on down the line. So, and then when oh, well, I gotta, roll this money over and put it into a trust. I get a bunch of money. You're like, oh, what do I do with all that money? You don't want to spend it. You wanna wait till things are super cheap, like stocks and everything. Like, don't buy when things are up, you buy low, sell high, like, you may not know the exact moment, uh, when they're gonna crash it, but I'll tell you what, '07, '08, '09, you knew it was crashed because there were signs everywhere and, all real estate for sale for dirt cheap. I mean, you see, how long do you wait till, they finish crashing this thing? Obviously, they're gonna do it. They know the whole thing, so they're like, "Oh, let's screw some humans out of some more stuff. This is so easy." How evil is that? They know the whole script. They know what they're planning. They let each other know, and they don't let us know. That's what we're up against. That's pretty much pure evil, if you think about it. Like, they're trying to throw us out on the street, and they have super many empty houses because they're just greedy and evil? Yeah, that's 100% true. That's what we're up against. Not humans, creatures, not humans. They look human, parasites that are great parasites look like the thing they are eating. You see, and that's what they look like. But do they treat us like humans? No, right? They treat us like slaves. That's all, you owe us money for this, and you owe us money for that. Well, did he get it for free? Yeah, but now it's ours. So you owe us money. It's like, aren't you the ones in charge of, stopping other countries and stuff from stealing everything from our country? Yeah, and you stole it yourself. Yeah. What? That's not cool. Like, what were we supposed to had take time out of our day to kill you all or something? Like, what isn't that, hey, God, we're gonna whole slavery of the entire human race here thing that we'd like to get out of if you don't mind. Like, come on with the programming already. Like, really, you know? Uh, hey, when you're hungry, you don't got a roof over your head, you start to see things really clearly, because you get treated like how they actually feel about you. Um, you know, that's what you learn about everybody. You learn about everything. It's like, oh, okay, I'll have anything that you got. How many hou wait a second, how many houses do you have? What's it that how many cars? And what? You just drive by all these homeless people like, "Radio up, baby." Okay, well, that's what we're up against. You see that how is that a human thing to do? Human condition just to gather more and more and more and more and more, rich and what's the purpose of that? Like, don't have a purpose in life because what money is says what I am? Like, that's not human. How is that human? That's not human. Even if you market it as the American way, it's not human. So this is what we're up against, and you have to see it coming. It's obvious that this is coming. You know, we're Jimmy Cartering the dude who's in place now, and then we're gonna have a Ronald Reagan after. You know what I mean? Like, and that's Trump. Like the script is the same every friggin' time. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, you gotta trickle down a little bit of trickle down, unless you set up your credit profile. It's like, yeah, you direct me some of that hose over here. Send the trickle. Give me some real money up in here. You know? That's the way, we're gonna get through this and not be so pissed off. Just be like, "Well, I'll just go pull up a bank. I feel better." No, don't do that, right? You spend the time on your credit profile, all that stuff, right? Okay. They're pretending to blow themselves up now. The bank. Well, we're in tough times. It's like, you're what? You own literally every single building. No, we're having a really rough time. Banks are, man, it's like everybody owes you money to the bank, so you own every house, every building, every piece of sod, every car, bunch of computers, and you're in trouble. It's your story. They don't even have a plausible story at all. It's just if you're looking at it, they stole everything. They're going to set up a pathway for the little minions, of the lower tiers of evil. Got a text, hey, evil tier number 33, set up your, LLC or trust or whatever to get your COVID money. It's like, okay, you know, we're like getting some bottom tier action, but it's better than nothing because we got to eat and everything. Okay. So have that mindset. Uh, this deprogramming stuff, I really, I don't know what to say about these creatures sometimes. I really just, it's such a strange existence for them to lie. Like, can you imagine being just an actor? Your only existence is being an actor. Like, so all you're speaking every day, all day is a script. You know what I mean? Everything's a lie, and you know it. And you know it's a bullshit script. And yet here you go saying it every day, all day, that that's your life because you want control of the human population and treat us like I just want you to consider this for a minute. I'm trying to say that their existence, even owning everything and everything, is still worse than ours because they don't even get to live an actual life. They're living a scripted, part to play, for the super evil character of the devil. I mean, how is that a life? That's not a life. That's that's the opposite of life. They're the one caged, uh, playing a role that isn't even true. It's like and they have to play it over and over again, lifetime after lifetime. That is the definition of hell. If you think about it, if you put yourself in their shoes, they're living the life of hell, not us. Yeah, they're treating us poorly as something that is to us because they can't leave and stuff, but we're good to go, you know, and they gotta stay and have this life here, where they have to be lying every single second of every day. How's that? I don't consider that much of a life. So, consider that you're in a great position. You don't have to do this again and keep up what you're doing. And so, in the meantime, None of this programming stuff, none of this guilt, right? Guilt. Yeah, what's guilt? Like the word guilt, gold, right? You should be uh ashamed about money. It's like me, you have all the money, you stole it from everyone. Why would I feel guilty about not paying you money? You set up a policy, you won't be able to pay you money. That doesn't mean I owe you money. And that doesn't mean I need to feel guilty about any of this stuff. Right? What I need to feel guilty about is keeping my programming, which will keep food out of my family's mouth, to keep my family not under a roof if I don't get rid of my programming and go take their money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you need to live a life and be happy and do something to help people and stuff like that. But you also need to do the sideline business of, you know, what they do is get ready to the ups and downs and crashing this and keeping your assets safe and all the stuff they do that I teach, just so you can have enough. This is crumbs off their giant banquet table. You know what I mean? From the slave owners, it's like, hey, you owe us money down there, kneeling next to you know, you're crawling around on the floor next to the master's table, sweeping up crumbs so you can eat. You're like, and what does the master say? Yeah, you owe me money down there. You should be thankful for those crumbs. That's their nature. I just want to slit their throats. I'm just saying, like, that's the only immediate reaction I have. So I'm like, okay, the pen is mightier than the sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, but these creatures are not human. So think of them that way. They should. You shouldn't. You be polite to them. In that, oh, let me. I'll play your little pretend stupid game in your Disney World just so I get on the next ride. You know, but you and I both know you're the sucker standing here putting people on rides. So, and I'm leaving. I'm going on the ride. I'm leaving. So they're the suckers. Get married. They like to tell you to school, get a job, and get back. Exactly. Hey, slave. Yeah, we got to do this. Go out there, running all the sheep right down the corridor. Get in your corridor and get in there. You need your vaccine. We're going to cheer you. We're going to put you in the pasture, and then we're going to eat you. Come on. What are you waiting for? What's wrong with you, sheep? It's like, well, it's about cheering me, putting me in a pen, and eating me. Those things don't act well. That's why we say it another way. We're not going to do that. We just somebody told you that. That's it. It's like, yeah, no, get in behind the Judas scope. Come on. No. You know, I like, you can tell from a hypocrite. That's like, people in my family who, a bunch of them never work. You know, they're like first generation throw down money. It's like we have money, fuck you, and you do what we say. That's my family. The older generation's like, nah, 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 do what we say, and maybe we'll, if you're little, that can go, That's them, you know. Money, creepy, creepy, and the people that have never had a job, have money in the bank, millions of house and stuff like that. Like the people in my family that has told me those words, literally never had a fucking job. Ever. Literally never in their fucking life. And they're like, "What do you have a job?" It's like, "Well, hey, you have a fucking job. It's so, you know, great." What are you talking about, you idiot? Like, you're telling me to do something that you didn't do, and you have a bunch of money, so how will you tell me how the fuck did you get that money instead? They're like, "Oh, no, no, no. Wait a second. That don't add up." You see what I'm saying? They're getting paid. They're just, that's them. Second species. Woohoo. That's them. They just get paid for being put on, right? All these are communal. Ants are communal, right? You need this to play your role, Mr. Trump B. You know what I mean? But, you know, everybody else get in your Disney costumes and get in your little Disney shack and do your thing. Yeah, totally. And just Anytime a slave passes away, you're like, "Get a job." You know what I mean? Same script, everybody. It's like, "Do you have a job?" "Yeah, I'm fucking living in this house right here." It's like, that's not but that is actually their job. But it's not actually a job. They're telling you, yeah, like, "No, I want a job while you're Hive. I don't want a job at Walmart, and those are my only options, so, yeah, I'm not one of you, I'm number 1." Right? I'm a single species, so that's my answer, right? I'm a God. I'm not I don't do the peace thing. I'm with Jesus, number 1. That's what I tell you. Anyway, no, my favorite word to them, no. James White, would I need the LLC with the DIN? No. No, 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 just the trust. No, 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 no. Unless they, disqualify trust, it's like, well, they get a bunch of trust, so that would suck for them because they're trying to make it invisible and stuff like that, so they're not gonna be knocking out trust. You follow? Yeah, I just said LLC because that's lower, like, PL slaves to a LLC, so if they don't wanna get a bit wise and trust and stuff like that, it's like, "Yo, peon, open up your money and get your, you know PPP." What what happened to those P's where you flip them upside down? It's 666. Beep, beep, beep. 666. Beep, beep, beep. James Bond. Beep, beep, beep. 666. My license plate. James Bond. So, no, no, that was fine in the past. So, why are they going to change, right? They just put up a bunch of evil stuff on the IRS website. You can't use the trust for anything. No. It's like, yeah, but you do. No, 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 we do not. What the we trust. You can't use look at him. What did I just say? You can't use the trust for anything. What? No, you don't make no sense. Read our website. It's like knocking on the Emerald City door. Oh no, we don't no. Go away. You're not one of us. Go. It's like, wait a second. You get a whole fucking Emerald City. It's like, hey, easy. We made uh we're running out of stuff in here. What? Some things probably. We're running out of things. You can't come in here. We probably did steal everything. You can't come in here. Like, oh, keep making more honey. Bees just, well, I'm a bee. I just want to make more honey. It's like, okay, but like, there's just all the honey in here, and there's no earth left. Exactly. Okay. Well, that's stupid. But that's all right. So, you can see it coming. So I'm just trying to get you ready for this thing coming up. We're got about an hour. And I wanted to bring in these, you're supporting the channel. Thanks for helping out with the fee and stuff like that for this information. Want to get it first? Want to ask you questions? Anything on your mind before I buzz out of here? Uh, I just wanted to, try and do my best so you're in the right state of mind, not feeling programmed or anything like that. You're in a good mood. Got my paperwork ready. Where's my check? You can just get ready. We don't know all the details, so please get ready, right? If you don't make it to the finish line or whatever, you got your credit as good as you could get it. You got as much as you could get in your situation. That's fine. Do your best. God does for us. So, I'm trying to help as much as I can. I know you're doing your best. Stay with it, okay? Like I've been saying lately, we're in our individual foxholes. They got us pinned down, but we're like, yeah, wait, yeah, keep up the good work. Uh, it's like that, isn't it? So it's hard to keep morale up in foxholes, except for one thing, there are no atheists in foxholes, right? You're like, okay, so God is helping us individually, and we can be up here and come to the classroom and keep up with the progress. Okay, try and stay connected, and put something up in the. in the forum, "Hey, this is what I'm working on," and stuff, like, go to your homies, go to your community, like, it's we're under 10 years now, so you can feel it without connecting with your homies once in a while, okay? Alright. So, for those people, I'll see you on Sunday. I do come to church. Do what's going on over there. I'm pulling the curtain back. Oh, look, the king has her clothes on. Let's do this again. It's fun. Come on over, okay? For you, I'll see you then. All right. Till next week. Thanks for this. Okay. Mondays on this channel. This coming Monday. I'll be live. All right. On this channel. So Sunday on the other channel, dude. Monday at noon on this channel. All right. Keep pushing this knowledge forward. Bring up your experiences, your questions, all that. Right. Thanks for your input. Thanks for taking the time to be here. Look forward to seeing you soon.